So this week it's the Bahrain Grand Prix, and one team that is receiving a lot of hype ahead of the season opener is Ferrari. Everyone is hoping that this is the year the Scuderia have got on top of their car so they can put up their first title challenge since 2018. And if testing is anything to go by, it does look like Ferrari have a good car for the upcoming season and have used their time well over the last 2 years to develop their F175 for the new regulations. Now, even though the whole car looks good, there is one area which Ferrari seem to be quietly confident about, and they have recently spoken about it. So let's take a look at what it is. So what I'm talking about is the engine. As we know, Ferrari has put a lot of work into it for 2022, as the team has been lacking in power compared to rivals for the last 2 years. And on top of that, the incoming freeze on power units means teams have been working as hard as possible to extract as much power from them as possible. Now, Ferrari feel at the end of the 2021 season they had a gap of around 20 to 25 horsepower to the likes of Honda and Mercedes, but they feel that with the upgrades they have introduced, it is now matching the power coming from both the Mercedes and Red Bull engines. Now, whilst it is difficult to gauge where you are just from testing, given everyone is running different fuel and engine modes, Ferrari do seem to be happy with the performance the engine was giving in Barcelona and Bahrain, and team boss Mattia Binotto even feels that the engine may have a bit more performance than rivals. He was quoted by motorsport.com as saying, "In the tests, from the little we saw, we conducted an exercise, and according to this initial analysis, we are at the level of others. We are certainly not behind them, and perhaps we have a little more." But that is not a firm conclusion. We can only be satisfied for now in having confirmed the progress seen on the test bench. Now, as I say, it's difficult to see where you truly are just from testing alone, and Binotto felt that whilst analysis shows their engine is working well, there may be other factors to consider. He said, "When we are at a race weekend, there are moments like in qualifying and at the start of the race where we know the weight of the opponent's cars, but during the tests, this data is obviously not available. Then there is also the slipstream effect, so you have to find laps without external influences." So overall, it seems Ferrari do seem to have done something good with its engine, but we will really have to wait and see until the first race to see how it's truly performing. Now for me, if I was Red Bull or Mercedes, I would be worried about their power unit, as it does look strong and reliable, with the team completing more mileage than anyone else across the 6 days of testing. And on top of that, even though it is the same with all teams, Ferrari have so much more to give, as they wouldn't have been running their best engine modes during testing. What you also have to consider is that Bahrain is a bit of a power track. There are 2 long straights and lots of high speed corners, and if Ferrari has made that significant step forward to wipe the power deficit to rivals and potentially even be ahead, then that will be a very big advantage for them at the first race. As I say, I do think that the engine is strong, and I always thought it was from the moment they introduced that new spec hybrid system in the second half of the 2021 season, as it helped power the team comfortably to third in the Constructors that year after a long fight for the place with McLaren. But do you think Ferrari will have the best engine on the grid this year? Let me know in the comments below. But that's going to be the video from me today. Thank you ever so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe for more videos, and until the next one, take care.